Good evening and welcome to the May 19th, 2021 legislative session of the Penfield Town Board. And I'll officially call the meeting to order. In the auditorium tonight, we have Councilperson Draw. We have our Town Clerk, Amy Steckloff, myself, Town Supervisor, Tony Littlefountain. And on Zoom, we have Town Councilperson Linda Cole and Town Attorney Richard J. Horowitz. In the auditorium, I'll ask that we please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I'll ask our clerk to please call the roll.
Draw.
Here.
Cole.
Here.
LaFountain.
Here.
Moore and Ockenden are absent today.
All right, thank you very much. We will begin this evening with communications and announcements. And I'll start with Councilperson Draw.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. So I do have one announcement. And I wanted to, this is really a thank you to our Penfield Recreation Department, Sabrina Renner, in that department for her hosting. She coordinated the 7th annual Good Neighbor Days on Saturday, May 8th. I think there might be some pictures coming up, but I don't know, on PCTV. I know that Supervisor LaFountain and myself were helping out in the community. He went one direction, I think I went another. And I just wanted to thank Sabrina for her organizing of this event. There was over close to 200, which is a record of volunteers this year. There were anywhere from picking up litter on trails and roadways to weeding gardens in the subdivisions around town. I also just wanted to thank the folks that I was with. I met some new people too. I wanted to thank Kathy and Tom Cummins over in the Penfield Gardens neighborhood, the entrance to that subdivision. We were working on that garden and with Sue Bolton and with Dot Rennis. So I wanted to thank those people. It was a very nice morning, and I wanted to thank all the rest of the people in the community, of the 200 volunteers that came out to make Penfield cleaner and brighter, and to keep our great community truly a wonderful place to live, to work, to garden, and to play. So I want to thank you, Mr. Supervisor, also for all that you've done on this. I think you've been on this for the last 7 every year. So
Every year.
Thank you. Thanks,
All right.
Sabrina.
Great. Excellent. Thank you. Councilperson Cole, any announcements this evening?
Yeah, I will announce one thing. Yeah, sorry to miss that. I had something else on that day that I couldn't get out of, but I always enjoy going to that Good Neighbor Day too. But on this Saturday, the Penfield Rotary and the Community Garden are having an event. So the Penfield Rotary is having a chicken barbecue. It's the Good Smoked Chicken, and it's from 2:30 to 5:30. You can come over to the get takeout at the community center. So that will be a location for people to come and get the takeout chicken. And the community garden is putting on their plant sale. So it's kind of neat. It's a little synergy there. You can go look at some plants and get some chicken barbecue for dinner. And that's this Saturday, May 22nd.
Great. Thank you, Linda. I see Dick Horowitz taking notes. Carol will be over for plants. Dick will be over for an appetizer before dinner. So look forward to that. All right. Our town clerk, any communications this evening?
Not today, thank you.
Okay. So I have just a couple that I would like to share. So I don't miss anything. And as the board is aware, we had Ahmed Mustafa from Nequals that came in and reminded us of EMS Week and Stop the Bleed program that will be actually officially running tomorrow. But I wanted to let everyone know that we prepared a proclamation. This goes to both Penfield Volunteer Emergency Ambulance as well as Nequals. And essentially it is whereas emergency medical services is a vital public service. Members of emergency medical services teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whereas access to emergency care greatly improves the survival and recovery of those who experience a sudden illness or injury. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency nurses, emergency physicians, trained citizens, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. And whereas emergency medical services has grown to fill a gap by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventative medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine. And whereas the members of the emergency medical services team, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas the Penfield community is grateful for the emergency medical services provided by Northeast Quadrant Advanced Life Support NEQALS and the Penfield Volunteer Emergency Ambulance. And whereas both organizations made up of several hundred volunteers and employees have heroically lived up to their promise to provide emergency medical service to the people of Penfield. They respond to thousands of calls annually, attending to medical emergencies that include heart and respiratory problems, motor vehicle accidents, falls, strokes, illnesses, and working fires. And whereas along with responding to medical emergencies, they host first aid, CPR, AED, and emergency medical technician training, sponsor local blood pressure clinics, provide first aid, standby to community events, and provide a loan cupboard for use of walkers, canes, crutches, and more. And whereas since the inceptions, EMS staff for NEQALS and PVEA have dedicated millions of hours to helping our neighbors. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of the emergency medical service providers by designating Emergency Medical Services Week. Now therefore be it resolved, the Penfield Town Board, in recognition of this event, does hereby proclaim the week of May 16 through 22, 2021, as Emergency Medical Services Week, with a theme of This is EMS, Caring for Our Communities. We encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities. And be it further resolved that this Penfield Town Board encourages, thanks, and admires all of the residents who choose to serve the community as a volunteer emergency medical provider. And that's dated the 19th, today the 19th, and this has been provided to both NEQALS and the Penfield Emergency Ambulance.
Mr. Supervisor, could you repeat what the event is tomorrow?
The event for tomorrow is Stop the Bleed.
Okay.
Stop the Bleed. Okay, the next item, I had the honor Saturday to get out. I think it's been close to 18 months was the last time that I did an Eagle Scout Court of Honor. And I had the honor and privilege of being there on behalf of the town board to recognize 3 individuals for receiving their Eagle Awards. This is Troop 312. Troop 312, this was 115, 116, 117 number of Eagle Scouts for that troop. This troop has done some amazing things, which has helped our community in so many ways. Damian Houghty, in recognition of attaining his Eagle, he, in fact, worked on constructing 2 large planters for vegetables, 2 small planters for flowers, and a stepping stone path for special needs students at Penfield High School. Congratulations to Damian. Ben Krenzer, Ben, for his project, planted a 50 by 20 perennial food forest at the Penfield Community Victory Garden. He purchased a bench to install in the garden, organized the pasta fundraiser for the Victory Garden. Congratulations to Ben. And the third one was Jack Kramer, and he actually built and placed 4 benches at Rothfuss Park around the loop so that as families were walking, if they needed to sit and rest or wanted to take in the park, they could do that. So Jack, thank you for that overall. And then this coming Friday, I have an opportunity to present 3 more Scouts for their Court of Honor. And a first for me, and I think a first for the community of Penfield. 2 of the 3 are women, are young women, attaining their Eagle. And I think this is fantastic. So this is Caitlin Howitt, and her Eagle project updated the Penfield United Methodist Church Junior High meeting room, including painting, upgrading electrical outlets, applied for a word collage to a wall, created a canvas painting, and created a prayer wall. So, Caitlin, congratulations to you. To her brother, Austin, his Eagle was to update the Penfield Methodist Church's nursery room, including prepping walls and painting, updating the cupboards, had a TV donated for viewing church services, painted a word collage, and built bookshelves for children's toys. Austin, congratulations to you. And Naomi Urban, her Eagle project was to update the Methodist Church senior high meeting room, including painting and designing murals, updating the bulletin board, and creating a prayer board. So we are so fortunate to have so many Eagle Scouts within the town of Penfield, and that those 3 are from Troop 230 and Troop 2020. And my last certificate of recognition is presented to Jeannie L. Kern in celebration of her 100th birthday. And we're so fortunate that we have so many residents that are here in our community, still living in their homes and doing that safely. And we want to recognize Jeannie Kern. Happy birthday. Her birthday is actually today.
Oh, nice.
So, all right. So with that, we'll move on to public participation. There are 2 opportunities to address the board on any matter at this time, and again at the end of the agenda. You can do that by calling in 340-8771. And tonight I'd ask if anyone needs to contact the board and discuss a matter to please call 340-8771. We are having a bit of a technical difficulty with our actual write-in or coming in via our website. So 340-8771 gets you right here with the board. And I will just take a moment and wait for anything to come in. And while I'm doing that, what I want to do is to make sure that we are legal, so that my friend Mr. Horowitz is all set. And this is our official notice for our meeting this evening. Due to COVID-19 virus and the closing of town operations consistent with the governor's executive orders, the May 19th, 2021 Town Board Legislative meeting will be held remotely via Zoom. This meeting will also be video recorded and broadcast live on the town's website, that's at penfield.org, and on the town's government access cable channel 1303, and of course on streaming media device. That includes Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Please search Penfield TV in your device's app store. This is a free app. This meeting will later be transcribed. Questions regarding video coverage, please contact Penfield TV at 340-8661. If you'd like to address the board on any matter, and that's where we are right now, there are 2 public participation opportunities, one in the beginning and one at the end. And again, you may participate by dialing in at 340-8771, or again, normally electronic submission, a little difficult there, so please call in 340-8771. Seeing no calls coming in, we'll move on with our agenda. And again, there will be another opportunity at the end of the agenda. I'll ask the board, are there any additions or deletions to tonight's agenda?
No, sir.
Okay, there are seeing none. We do have the minutes of April 21st, 2021 before us, and would entertain a motion of approval for those minutes.
I'll move them, Mr. Supervisor.
Second.
Moved by Councilperson Draw, seconded by Councilperson Cole. Any discussion on those minutes? Seeing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote of approval.
Draw,
Aye.
Cole,
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
3 ayes.
Thank you. Petitions. Has the town board, town attorney, or town clerk received any petitions since our last meeting?
No.
If not,
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Let's move on to resolution by function, beginning with law and finance.
Granting a conditional use permit to allow a restaurant with outdoor dining at 1400 Empire Boulevard, known as Brody's on the Bay.
So moved.
Second.
This resolution is a resolution granting conditional use permit to allow the restaurant with outdoor dining at 1400 Empire Boulevard. Town board had a public hearing on this on May 5th at 7 p.m. and to consider the application and hear all persons interested about the issuance of a conditional use permit. The town designated itself lead agency pursuant to the Environmental Review Act. We have a number of, there's 11 different conditions to meet. But basically, this is a turnkey resolution because it hasn't changed since with Murphy's Law except for the ownership. So it was pretty easy to put together. And so if anyone wants to read all the conditions, they can go to the website.
Okay. Thank you, Linda. I'll ask the board, any additional comments or discussion on this matter?
No, sir.
Seeing none, I'd ask for a roll call vote of approval, please.
Draw,
Aye.
Cole,
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
3 ayes. 2021 and 2022 property and general liability and pollution liability insurance policy acceptance.
So moved.
Second.
Town board requested that insurance quotes be obtained for the selection could be made for June 1st, 2021 to May 31st, 2022 insurance year. The CIC Group, acting as a consultant to the town, received proposals from these 3 brokers and evaluated their proposals for coverage for the 2021-2022 insurance year for our property and liability insurance and pollution liability renewing on June 1st, 2021. Be it resolved that the total insurance quote of $147,648.70 from USI brokerage firm for coverage with U.S. Specialty Travelers and Beasley is approved as they meet the specifications for the town of Penfield's insurance needs for the 2021-2022 insurance year. And the total of all in the end was with the vehicle fee, motor vehicle fee, and fire fee added, the total was $148,648.70.
Okay, thank you. Questions? I'd just like to offer that, the board goes through this process every few years. And we went out for quotes. We did go out and to 4 different firms. One firm elected not to quote, that was Evans Agency. We did get quotes, USI, Wilkins, and Eastern Shore. As I indicated, Evans elected not to quote. Eastern Shore was way high above the other 2. So we took a deeper look at USI and Wilkins overall. Certainly one of the things that as myself, our finance director, Barbara Cherto, our town attorney, as we looked at all the data that was submitted, one of the things that we want to make sure that we're not doing is just taking the lowest bid because we want to make sure that we've got all of the proper coverage and we're protecting the town overall. We did not take the lowest. We took the second lowest bid, and we did that for the consistency of pricing and services that we've seen here over the last couple of years with USI. Despite some of the prior year losses that we've had, they provided consistent renewal pricing. That was one reason why we had one that did not want to quote, because they did not want to, due to our loss activity, they just did not want to quote for us. The USI Risk Control Resources, they seem to be the stronger of the three that we took a look at, evidenced by all of the time and effort and support that they provide to our Risk Management and Safety Committee team. The others have risk resources, however, that they seem to rely more on some of their out-of-house services rather than their local folks overall. And so for these reasons, we believe this was the most comprehensive of options presented to the town. And for that reason, that was why USI was recommended to provide our service for the period of time of June 1st, 2021 through May 31st, 2022. Again, I'll ask any additional questions or comments from the board. Okay, seeing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote, please.
Draw,
Aye.
Cole,
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
3 ayes. Setting a public hearing to consider adoption of an update to the town's design and construction specifications.
So moved.
Second.
The Town Board of the Town of Penfield wishes to consider adopting a proposed update to the town's design and construction specifications. And whereas the Town of Penfield's Engineering Department and the Department of Public Works have prepared a draft of the proposed changes for consideration. So the Town Board is best suited to act as a lead agency within the meaning of the State Environmental Quality Review Act, which is SEQR, and thus does hereby designate itself as the lead agency pursuant to SEQR. The subject application is determined to be a Type 2 action pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Penfield shall hold a public hearing at the Penfield Town Hall at 3100 Atlantic Avenue in the Town of Penfield on June 16th, 2021 at 7 p.m. to hear all persons interested in the question of adopting a proposed update to the town's design and construction specifications. So be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby directed to publish and post a notice of the public hearing on the official signboard of the town in the manner prescribed by law, the first publication thereof to be not less than 5 days and not more than 30 days before the date set for the said public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Debbie. I'll ask any questions on this item. All right, seeing none, I would ask for a roll call vote of approval, please.
Draw,
Aye.
Cole,
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
3 ayes. Advertising for bids for tennis court resurfacing services at Harris Whalen Park.
So moved.
Second.
So be it resolved that the Director of the Public Works be and hereby is authorized to advertise in the manner prescribed by law for sealed proposals to furnish the Town of Penfield Department of Public Works the following: the tennis court resurfacing services at Harris Whalen Park. So be it further resolved that the Harris Whalen Park tennis court resurfacing services covered by such proposals shall be in accordance with specifications prepared by the Director of Public Works, and sealed proposals are to be received in the office of the town clerk until June 11th, 2021, at which time 11 a.m. local time there, and then to be opened and read publicly by the town clerk. Funds for this project are contained in the 2021 budget.
Right. Thank you. Further discussion on this resolution?
Mr. Supervisor, a question for you.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure, how often do we resurface the town tennis courts, along with the other facilities as well, other parks as well?
So this one is probably a little bit overdue, but I think it was, I'd have to look back to confirm, but I think it was before I became supervisor. I'm on my 12th year, so it's probably been
needed.
12 or 13 or 14 years.
Okay.
And I know that we did the one down here behind the town hall now about 4 or 5 years ago. And then prior to that, Greenwood Park. So Greenwood Park is probably next in the
Rotation,
cycle of
yeah.
things.
Okay.
So,
Thank you very much for that information.
okay, further discussion. See no further discussion, a roll call vote, please.
Draw.
Aye.
Cole.
Aye.
LaFountain.
Aye.
3 ayes.
All right, I'll ask the board, any old business to come before the board this evening?
No, sir.
Seeing none. Any new business to come before the board this evening? Again, seeing none. This brings us to our second public participation. Again, 340-8771. And while we give it just a moment to see if there's anyone that calls in, I'd like to remind everyone that May 31st, that's Memorial Day, we will have at our amphitheater down behind the town hall, we'll have our Parade of Roses, a celebration of remembrance. It's a wonderful event. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we did not have that last year. We are looking forward, the board is looking forward to resuming that again this year. We're getting a lot of interest. So again, mark your calendars for Monday, the 31st of May at 10:30 in the morning. And we hope to see many of you there. And we're expecting weather like we've seen for the last couple of days.
That would be wonderful.
All right. Seeing no calls to come in and there being no further business to come before the board, the May 19th, 2021 legislative session will stand adjourned at 7:27 p.m. Thank you for everyone that participated. Thank you to PCTV. Please be well, be safe.